everybody? It is Mr. Drew here to welcome you to another episode of the Andrew Glowczewski Experience. This is going to be episode 240. We're going to continue these prop studies, firearm studies, breaking up. I guess what I've been calling the handle is sometimes referred to as the frame, which kind of makes sense. And then what I've been calling like the chamber is more so the muzzle. So frame and muzzle, handle and chamber, you know, uh, we'll see. But we'll see what I use to call these things moving forward. But it's cool, man. I'm enjoying this, and I'm getting a lot of ideas. I just during the break made some coffee, and I finished the Max Dude stream. I started watching Susie playing No More Heroes, and then the beginning is like this whole anime intro stuff. So I was just like enthralled and watching it and taking it in. But now I guess she's like really entered into like the gaming portion of it all. So we're just gonna like I'm gonna let that rock in the background now that I'm not like super paying attention, and yeah, just keep moving forward. And oh, by the way, I also have, let's adjust this camera, like these 5 squares left on this page. And I was looking at the next page that I need to start working on. I was like, man, what do I choose to work on? Because I needed to fill up 5 pages. I don't want to start something on one page and then finish it on the next. If I can avoid that, I will. And yeah, I think like I said in the last stream, it's going to be all 6 shooters and things like that, and breaking those down. And interestingly enough, it breaks down into 3 pieces instead of 2. And yeah, going to get some uh, interesting results with this, I think. So yeah, I'll try to like hack all like 5 of these if I can. And and yeah, man, let's just get into it. So, let me see. This is low. Can I, there we go. So really have this top down so I can, okay. I guess that's as good as it's gonna get. All right. And sorry if it's super dark. I got one of my lights, my secondary light, more close to the reference page just because it's super dark and these references aren't exactly like, well lit themselves, like as far as how they're rendered on the page. So, I need all the light I can get now that the sun's down. Let me, yeah, let me let this stuff rock in the background. She's playing No More Heroes 3. And, it's kind of in the beginning. She just defeated the first boss, technically, I guess. So, yeah. Let me just break this down this way then. Yeah, it's neat with these 6 shooters and the way they worked out. Damn, so he's fighting Fu already? Shit. He just got done telling the whole world, like, oh, you gotta fight these 9 badasses. He's fighting the main boss already? What? There we go. Thicken that up a bit. Damn. Alright, so the bad guy comes in, confronts your main dude, and is just like, hey, check this out. And then like jacks him up, kind of blood sport style. Okay. Oh, okay, so that little ninja girl didn't get killed? I was gonna say, that'd be wild. See, I never knew this game, so I don't know anything about like the first and second one. That's where I'm guessing all these characters and like there's like background lore, all this stuff I don't know about. Like maybe maybe I'll look into it like later or something. You know, if three is super dope, but so far I'm impressed with this game and the way it looks and everything.
I was just like all these like little text boxes and characters to say things. So bad, so badly.
Sylvia,
That rage. Did something happen?
they got Chernobyl.
Yes. She is a rambunctious one, too. She was drawn to the Garden of Slaughter as well.
Enough talk. Now let me at those sons of bitches.
Ah, the ranking battles, hmm? But Travis, first you have to clear a test battle. Otherwise, you cannot participate in the ranked battles.
Then hurry the fuck up and make it happen.
You're so serious. Was she so special to you?
Spare me your bullshit.
Okay then. Preparations for the test match are complete. Off to perfect world.
Perfect world, huh?
Yeah, Batman is sick apparently, guys. I know that you guys know my buddy Genry Pearls. Genry fucking loves Batman, and we both got this game early, and we were talking like he was so upset that Batman just got fucking off immediately. So here we are. We're in the open world. This is probably the biggest.
Keep going this way. Run. Overtake the wind. Make it very easy, son of a bitch. Hell yes.
Yeah. This is going to be the part of the game where like normies and video game critics look at this and they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is just a bad video game overall," you know? Because the open world in this game is very rough. I think there's supposed to be a patch that comes out later today that fixes a lot of it, but yeah, like this is definitely um, the lowest point of the game where like the open world runs at like 28 frames per second. You know, it's playable, but like it doesn't really compare to the actual the combat scenarios that run at a full 60 FPS. It's really inconsistent, you know, and it's just unfortunate. It's a market thing for sure. Let's get some food. Yeah, it doesn't. There's like one part in particular that bothers me, but overall, like the open world doesn't bother me all that much. Like I'm able to look past it because I'm really used to like the jankiness of like moving cars and stuff. So you know, I'm not excusing it by any means. Like I think it is a bad thing, but you know, I'm able to look past it. I know not everyone else will be, and that's also totally fine. But for now, guys, we're gonna check off some of this open world content and like get some money and stuff.
No, when I was watching the intro to this game and I was watching her play, I saw like the main character's weapon is like this kind of lightsaber looking sword. I could have sworn I've seen this weapon before, and it might have been like years ago when the second game came out. I'm guessing the second game came out years ago,
Sorry, I'm
because
getting
it's like
there's Neo
I've seen that
Persona,
weapon before, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
there's Call of
You know, it's like a
Valor.
lightsaber, except it kind of makes sense that the light doesn't go on forever because it gave it a place to end. You know, so there's like the hilt where you hold the sword, and then there's like the end piece to catch the light at the other end. So it's almost like a UV light kind of light sword,
Boy, you want to help me out here,
like
bud?
that kind of sword that, or
I got an idea for the ultimate
UV
weapon,
light
but I don't know what.
weapon that they used in like 30 Days of Night against the vampires and shit.
Bring them to me, okay? I'll pay you nicely for each one. Bring all of them, and I'll pay you even nicelier. You can find them Scorpions all over the city. Come on, do it for me, buddy. So this is like a collectible.
So that's one piece. It's
If
a
I was to sell
pretty
one piece,
basic handle.
I would
I like it though.
have a pretty decent chunk of change, but I'm gonna hold on to it. I will sell some things, but I'll sell that. I'll sell this. I'll sell this. So they give you a lot of like options on how to play the game. Like if you want
Yeah, now the other thing that I want to draw.
an enjoyable experience and not grind like the main games.
Are the drums.
Yeah, and you can just like explore to your heart's content. And as you progress through the game, like more stuff begins to populate the world. So like right at the very beginning, like right now, it's pretty sparse and empty. But yeah, here's a card.
Mm, these are kind of basic.
Let's go over. Oh god, look out! Oh shit!
Oh, that's a dope ass motorcycle. It's like a three-wheeler Canada, except the three wheels are wrong. Got two in the back, one in the front. That can't be good for stability,
I'll be right
keeping the
back.
vehicle upright.
And be right back.
Anyway. Up, down, up, down, right in the center,
Hello,
and
Shelford.
up, down.
I have food. Here, I'm gonna bring us somewhere in the game where we can vibe out.
Okay, and then
Go back to the hotel. Or the motel, rather.
we have this.
I think I want to ditch the jacket too, for now. Which one?
Come on. Yeah. Come on.
Oh,
Where's now? What's up, huh?
I gotta retry it. I want to get like 10 kills. I love the little kitty cat.
Come on. Yeah.
All right. And then
See here.
that joint there is just a regular drum.
Come on.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
You suck. What's up, huh? Come on. What's the matter?
This is bullshit.
Get to the circle now.
This yeah, cat.
Come on. Bring it. Yeah.
No, I don't have any fun.
What's up, huh? Come on. Bring it. Come on. What's the matter?
Oh, you fuck. No way. Jesus Christmas. What a little shit.
Come on. What's the matter?
Can I just like lay down on the couch with the kitty cat? You used to be able to do that, right? I think it's really random. Yeah, let's go with the laughing. I wanna get some stuff. Hey, creepy ass otaku. I'll use my power machines to enhance your skills for you. Stick in all the Westland you got. Westland stands for World End Symbolism, which is the best song of this planet. I need 3,000 for the dash attack. Oh, man. I gotta save up my cash. Or my, sorry, my Westland. It's a charge. I wanna get the attacks first, and then skill comes down. Power. Maybe I'll get some HP. Let's do
Hey.
that. Hey!
Yeah.
I love Robin Hood 2002. It's so good. Yeah, and there's like a bunch of stuff here. Like you can order sushi to the house. You can this is where you do the Death Glove chips. And these are like buffs for certain abilities. Let me sword. said? By invoked? You still hope in this world yet. Listen for a minute. Is it Ideon? Who is Charlotte? Only the greatest girl in the whole wide world. Just amazing. She incredible. Anyway. Yeah, the capsule toys are down here, but I don't think we can go in here yet. It's in this little room right here, but we can't go in. I'm gonna just hang out here for a minute while I eat my chicken nugget. Hopefully she'll make an appearance today. Maybe. She's got a good today. She's doing a lot. She's getting a lot of work out of me. She's a busy bee. We did have a nice breakfast. A nice breakfast yesterday morning. It was great. Alright, I'm just gonna leave Travis right here. We gotta eat. I gotta eat. I hung out with guys, I hung out with that one chick who's like really attractive. That one chick. I'm just saying that I'm trying to like downplay her. But I think she's really cool. You guys know Jenna Lynn Meowry? Meowry.
Oh shit, Meowry.
Jenna. Yeah, Meowry.
Love me some Meowry.
Yeah, she's really cool. We hung out the other night for a very long time, and I got home super late.
All right, let's hope I do this right.
Yeah, she has red hair.
Dude, when Meowry cosplayed Earthchan, it was over for me. I was like, oh, fan for life. Been fangirling over that girl since then.
I cannot eat and fucking read the chat. I can't. I just can't. I'm gonna fucking choke on this food. All of the music in this game is really good. There's a lot of atmosphere. It's very moody. I saw someone say that's a sign of a Sigma grind set.
I feel like I need to fast forward through this.
Did you guys hear about this Lulu drama? Did you hear about this shit?
That's the spindle, and that's the chamber.
Oh, so hey, Samantha, how are you? How's it going?
And this.
So wild. So wild. Um, yeah, that's the thing. I never, I always felt there was something wrong with that person. And they were DMing me a lot. And, but I never really, I don't know, I always had a really bad feeling about it. So I never gave in to the demands, you know? So I was just like, okay, whatever. By the way, I have tons of other screenshots that I can show you that are me literally showing zero interest in that person's, you know, their stuff. Not really like demands, but like, you know what I mean? Like, because every time we spoke in a DM, it really sounded like it read like they wanted something from me, like really bad, almost like they were demanding me. They were demanding things from me, like play the game that they worked on, like do this, do that, retweet this. And I was like, I literally was just like, I can't really like promise any coverage on your game, but I'll uh, I'll take a code or whatever. I'll download it. I still haven't played that game that they worked on, by the way, but yeah, like I don't know, and like I think about it, right, and like the clout grind that person went like went through on the internet was so successful that fucking. Do you guys remember that they got like Yukumi Nakamura to like acknowledge them? And Yukumi Nakamura like drew a fucking drawing or whatever, like fan art, I think, right? Didn't that happen? It's like, how? How did this person get this far? I don't understand. One of my friends, my friend who does the merch, my merch, um, my friend that makes my merch, said that he was contacted by Lulu and was like he said that they were like really supportive of my friend's merch website, but he found it very suspicious that Lulu was always like, oh, you don't have to send me anything for free. I'll just buy stuff from your site. Please don't send anything to me. No, not trolls.
I don't know what she's talking about. She's talking about some Lulu Boo. Don't know about it, but I guess there's some drama, a rise and fall
Exactly.
of a
Sorry guys, I'm just eating right
social
now. I
media
just have to.
star, maybe.
We're gonna play the game in a second. I gotta eat.
I really don't care about those things.
I'm dying of weird. Yeah, I haven't heard from Joss in a minute. Let's see.
And no worries, I know this one that I'm drawing right now is super small, but it's like it's really long to fit it in this box. So,
Everyone loves drama. Where in NY am I from? Chat room, where in New York am I from? Yeah, I'm from Canada. Gotta say, this McDonald's not very good today. Okay. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, you know what? The chicken nuggets are like rubber. Like they're not crispy, they're just like rubber. That's like why am I eating? Okay. I'll be right back. I guess. Little piece. I'll just leave this on because it's really chill. But I'll be right back, okay?
all right. No question about what that is. It's funny how these old school guns, even though it's not including the handle, it still looks like the barrel's in there, even though it's not. But yeah, funny how like when I break apart all the more modern guns, they look a little bit more like space age type shit. But you look at this thing, there's like no mistaking what that is. It's like no, 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 that's definitely it's definitely not a lightsaber hilt, so to speak. Like it could be, of course. Like I'm sure, use your brain powers enough, you can see it, but
Okay, I'm back. Let's do this thing. I'm back. I'm excited.
there we go.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready. Okay. Let's keep exploring. Yeah, that food almost fucking killed me. Honestly. Guys, we have to go
All
unclog
right,
our
let's do something a little less straightforward and a little bit more modern now, huh? Now this one.
Where's the squid? I don't see it.
I'm gonna draw the balance line here.
No more Heroes fans. No more Heroes 1. It's underused gym. But we can't go inside.
Okay. And just like that. But this one is different. Don't know if it's any shorter. It's probably about the same length. So it's gonna have a similar mold.
Emotional when they're over here. It's really cool. And look, guys, look! Here's the bar where you go to bring the lava conch balls.
So
And look what else is here. Pizza bat.
draw that over.
But yeah.
This is there like that. There we go. So this barrel's about the same, but the actual sight and scope on it is different. Makes you wonder about all the modifications that have to happen and when like guns are accurate and when they're not, and why guns have to be modded, and like in the real world, I mean, like how you have to have like someone who actually knows what they're doing. It's not just like click click boom and anybody can do it, like to modify a weapon,
There are toilets that you can unclog, and then you can save at them.
because like angles and everything like that have to be like precise
For some reason.
in order for like your sights to actually be working. Looking at all these different sights on all these guns, like every gun has a different sight on it, even if it's the same model and it just has a different muzzle on it, and like the muzzle has a different sight size, so it makes you have to aim like a degree up or a degree down in order to shoot accurately. And I don't know, that's just wild to be seeing that.
Please take this as your reward. She gave me $1,000. Travis is really happy. But yeah, it's really cool, right, guys? It's like this little nostalgia trip. Don't tell my mama. And the music is so good too. When you're over here, it's very like surf guitar. Glowczewski. This is where you do the freaking. I think this is where you do the gas station job in the first game. Sand to Destroy is pretty fucked right now. There is clearly like an explosion like right here, and it like wiped out half of the streets from the War Heroes one. Cause like if you guys remember like where
Oh yeah, this is a lot more bulky,
if
huh?
you were to go straight down,
At least how I'm drawing it, it's a lot more bulky.
there, that's where the assassin job building was with the lady
It's a little more thick. We'll see. It may have to be adjusted. I might have just shot my load there.
Yeah, and then if we go over to the creation here, there's another character, a new character over here.
Oh, okay. The two wheels in the back on the motorcycle look pretty close enough together where it's not really a three-wheeler. Maybe that adds to a little bit of balance or maintains a little bit of the balance.
Here you go. Is Area 51. But you can't go inside anymore.
So you always got to make sure that your
Outside.
chamber entrance is good. And here. And here is
Are
the
you guys? I know it's talking through.
rotate and
You love my talk with you, bro. It was just Resident Evil nerds going crazy, so jolly. Thanks, I appreciate it. It was really fun. Yeah, that was a good day as well. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, right before we did the podcast, I hung out with Charlotte, with sick Charlotte. She was very sick though. She was like, I'm scared. I don't want to get you sick, and I was like, well, I can't get sick because I get sick. Oh, I already have a buff. Did I buy? Did I get something? What did I get? Attack power up. I don't know what I got. I don't remember.
yeah. Now this joint is looking
And
a
here
little
is
more
one of the jobs that you can do.
new laser sight. I love these.
Isn't it just terrible? There are empty cans littered everywhere. I'd like to test out your true fortitude. Could you please go dispose of all that garbage? As a show of respect of your whimsically good heart, I shall reward you handsomely.
Whoops, sorry, bumping the camera.
Here we go, trashy lunch. This one's pretty good. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, alligator.
Oh, you know
Dang
what?
it.
This is actually doesn't go past the trigger. So let me stop being so ostentatious.
You see that?
Yeah.
Try to be at least a little more accurate while I'm trying to do the real thing. I can get crazy with it when I start inventing my own shits.
What you do you if you really love pseudo stuff? What does that mean? What did I say? I really love pseudo stuff. Synonyms level. Okay. Yeah, they move around in this level. I gotta be careful.
juiced up gun. Holy shit.
Did I ever play Killer 7? Killer 7 is one of my favorite video games of all time. And how would I describe it? As a masterpiece. Oh fuck! Killer 7 is an actual weapon. Go! I was very excited for Killer 7 before it came out. I saw it in a magazine and I was like, this is the next big Capcom game. I'm all over it. And I literally counted down the days until it came out. I was so excited to play it. And it did not disappoint.
Killer 7. Capcom game. Never heard of it.
Oh, okay.
Must investigate.
Sweet, I gotta celebrate. Alright, let's get going. Let's check out some of these other markers. Yeah, I really like this game. I think it's very fun. Oh hey, Marcus, what's going on? What's up, Marky? How's it going? I saw you were playing MGF so far, right? I hope you had a good stream. I'm teaching the kiddos about No More Heroes with old man Travis Touchdown over here. He's so old. He's got wrinkles. Look at him. He's an old soul. Hello, Marcus. Marcus Raiders. Yeah, because you hadn't streamed in a minute, right, Marcus? Yeah, I think you would like them. I think you would like them. You should check them out. If you have the Switch, all four No More Heroes games are on the Switch.
Four no More Heroes games?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, every single one of them is on the Switch. They on Switch. That man Travis Touchdown on Switch.
I'm not gonna lie, even though I don't play video games, I'm kinda happy my brother gave me
Here's the part.
his Nintendo Switch. That's pretty fucking awesome. It sounds like there's a lot of games on there that I might enjoy playing. This No More Heroes game being one of them. I mean, the Zeldas, the Smash Bros. Like, whenever I, whenever I prepare to. Oh shit. See, there's like another bridge right here. Again to absorb recoil.
Damn, very satisfying. Very satisfying. Oh wow, that was sick. That was awesome. See, I'm doing the freaking S ranks now.
Ooh.
Regardless of the bitrate on Switch, I cannot wait to watch it back later. See what it looks like. Like a nightmare. I think we hit all of the markers. But yeah, Destroy Stadium is still here. Holly's Beach is still here. Oh, Holly Summers! Poor Holly. Oh, was there another t-shirt we could get? I think there was some. Oh, I don't know if I did this mission. Did I do this one? I don't think I did. I think that was right when I got my McDonald's. Did I do that? Let's do the toilet first before we go over there. Can I do that anime shop announcer voice for Holly Summer? Are you happy? The freaking voice. You hear that? We did. Yes. Ichiban. Ichiban. Travis looks hella Japanese right there. Do you see that?
Whew. All right.
I will not stop. I'm pretty sure there's a game back here. By the way, I still like the game. I'm not trashing it. I'm trashing it a little, but
Gee, some of your kids might be around here?
Like that. Like that.
Oh yeah.
is Tiffany here? I saw someone say
All
hi. Is
right.
Tiffany here?
Now for some fun ones, some little close-ups. I know these are lacking in detail because they're so far away, but I could see them. I know what it is that I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
Oh, she was. Hey, Tiffany.
No.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. I'm just screaming about this bridge over here. All right, let's go to the next town. Oh wait, T-shirt aliens over here. We gotta check the T-shirt alien. Hold on. Oh, this is the guy that had the talking shirt or whatever. I don't want that. Okay, we gotta head over here. So I'm gonna put one right there. All right.
There we go.
That's why I want like the PC version of this game.
All right. So same thing.
Can
Let's
you imagine
start with a.
60 FPS? Go. And not popping in before my eyes.
Oh wow, these are actually very similar. One's just like a snub nose.
Baz Eagle Eye is Naomi in this game. You love her attitude and always wanted to see more of her in the older games. Baz, Naomi is a tree in this game.
Huh.
She is a tree.
Damn. So these are like exactly the same. I thought they were gonna be different. I thought.
Yeah, so here's her.
Are you
We have to
serious?
find
These are the same. Just one's a snub nose. I wonder why a snub nose would need a laser sight,
Yay!
and a
Find any kittens, okay?
whatever. Oh well.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just do a close up of the snub nose, not really focus on the attachments because the attachments are going to be the same on the other joint. So let's just focus on the main body. Draw the center
Yeah, see?
line. It's actually not a center line on this
That's
one. It's a little
that's the
lower.
thing, right? It's playable.
And there we go.
And the combat is like very playable if you want 60 FPS.
Blessing dispersed.
What did you just walk into? Spit?
This.
I really need like 3000 West End. I'm sure I'll get it really quick. Let's see. Oh, there's one of the matches.
Make this real loose for right now.
Let's go over here. Sonny, I thought the freaking the Resident Evil cover, Safe Room cover I did was great. Keep making music, dude.
Oh shit, you know what? I've been forgetting to hammer on all these joints.
Sway, can I commission a piece of
Fucking
art
up.
from you? Do you have commissions open? Do you even do commissions? I want to commission you for a piece of art from this game. I will put it in a video, like later. But I want to do it. Oh, here we go. Chest hole. Laser pointer of death. You know you want it, but hold back. Watch out for his ranged attacks. He sucks at close combat. Though Don is mine to get him close. But then
Sorry, am I off camera?
now it's in like 60
Sorry, I'm just throwing the hammer
So
on all the other the ones that I just finished drawing. Didn't draw the hammer on it because I'd be slacking.
now stop me. Good for you, buddy.
Okay. There's this one. And now this actually rides all the way front.
Hey, thanks, Noah Rowan. Yes.
So
Yes.
here we go.
Sunny, are you free tonight? Oh, hey, what's going on? Is that who I think it is? It is. Pavel Sasko. What's going on, dude? How are you? Just want to say, Pavel, I have been playing the new Cyberpunk patch, and the game feels way better than it did. I'm doing a stealth portal, which is like my favorite way to play the game. But I'm finally specking in like pistols, with silencers. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And it feels really good. Like it feels way better. Like there's less glitches and stuff, and like the cutscenes are like
There
playing
we
out
go.
normally. It's really cool.
So there's that. So
You
then
know what?
this.
Stealth is just the way to play, right?
There we go.
Yeah,
So
I'm
this
really
is for the
excited to get
barrel.
casual.
It's right up to the edge there.
Yeah, the invisibility cloak.
So
Yeah, no problem. I really like the game. Yeah, that would be cool. Stealth yourself and come back. Yes, No More Heroes 3 is finally out. I'm not breaking NDA by playing this right now, because I did get this game like 2 weeks ago.
and yeah. Oh, okay. So this is actually perfect. 'Cause I was gonna say it runs a little low, but it's meant to.
These guys are
And then these builds off of the first spine. Perfect.
trying to spin down the roads and everything.
How many of these are there? 3?
Yeah, a little silly silly. Only if you're thinking too hard. When you're thinking the wrong way. Let's do this.
And
We're gonna take out the bones first.
don't want to draw the attachments, so I'll just kind of silhouette them.
I know.
So crazy. This snub nose is so short that the laser sight actually shoots past, extends past the. I wonder if this is like a 38. I mean, it's the same model, same frame gun, so I don't want to say it is a 38, but it's so crazy.
Force your hand or anything, but when am I gonna be in the cyberpunk stuff? You guys put a lot of content creators in that game. I want to be in that game. I love it. I actually love it. Sorry, can I commission you? I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat before. Alright, I think. Oh, there's a scorpion. Look, guys.
Go.
Yes, yes.
See, I've drawn it so many times now. This is the same laser sight as before.
Right, there you go. We got a rainbow scorpion. Alright, I think
And I
this
can
is
kind
from
of,
the last one. This one's blue though.
backdoor that design, man.
Let me see what I'm looking at here. Let's
So cool.
Oh my god. I'll
Okay, so
say it for your sake. I've got
this is going to chew in and then chew out,
triple cut. Spicy body.
and that's gonna
Very
chew
simple.
in
Yeah, these guys.
and chew out. See, these are the little details that I always dreaded about doing these designs. Part of the reason why I was like, man, I really don't want to do this, but I also like want to be able to just design these things off the top of my head, and I could just make some bullshit up, but it would never, it would never work out. Ah, shit. This isn't good.
Now it's your turn. Double body move. Oh, good one, Crab. Appreciate it. Oh, gotcha, buddy.
Here we go.
There we go.
Fix that later. That's what happens when you don't pay attention.
Oh yeah, me and Romeo have spent a lot of time in the cyberpunk for sure. Also, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but in this game they changed how the wrestling moves work. So if you do a wrestling move and you have low energy on your lightsaber, it refills your energy, which
Gee,
is
what are you
really nice.
finally getting to, eh?
Hey,
Come on.
look, it's nipples.
All right.
Hold on. Which one am I drawing here? Is that what happened?
See here, there's so much stuff over here.
Okay.
What is over here? I don't get it. What is this? What the tail is going on here? See here. Oh, here's a t-shirt man. I am here to propagate fashion. Money Glamby.
Huh.
I don't have that, so I can't get this shirt.
Okay, so I'm drawing the longer one right now.
Oh no, that looked. I was like.
It's like I'm looking at two different snub nose.
This guy looks like Tron, like from the first Tron, right? The Jeff Bridges. I mean, I guess Jeff Bridges isn't the right? Does he not look like freaking Tron character? Little, right? You've been singing Philistine. Margaret and Ricky. Oh, let's see this violet.
There's that. There's that. And that works out.
One thing you guys will come to realize about this game is that they made Robin Atkinson say the same thing like 5 times. instinctual need to destroy obstacles effectively while moving led to their bodies evolving without legs. Planet destroying fruits.
Here we go.
Alright, let's see. Very cool. Here goes my energy. Thank you. Shit. Look out. Oh god.
All right. So yeah, I guess I drew the longer snub nose that I wanted to include all the gadgets on. So yeah, I guess I'll save that last square for.
Wow. Get the fuck in there. Is that the final battle that we need to do for the boss? I think so. I hope so. No, we need to do one more. Oh. Gotcha. I love gotcha. Here, I'm gonna fast travel back to San Destroy for a second.
And I wonder if I even just want to focus on just the snub part, because even the rest of the main body is the same as this one.
So easy.
Oh, I actually finished up some voice acting for a game recently. Or did I? I think I have like a couple on my list too. But yeah.
Anyways.
It was for the Elisa game, the one I got announced. I'm really excited. I did my best. The developers seem happy with it. It's actually well, it's an indie game, but it's like the most accurate PS1 survival horror like recreation type game, you know? So it's a classic like Resident Evil 1, 2, 3 style game, but the obviously the concept of the story is different. It looks really cool. The production value is on point though. Like I played an early version of it, and it
Here we
seems
go.
very accurate.
Let me.
Like it's like a love letter to like painfully recreating those kind of times. Yeah. Yeah, my jam, exactly. Exactly. I need some more for the charge attack. Let's see, I'll put some points in there. Okay, cool. Yeah, charge attack is really good. All of these skills are good. The blast attack is great. Can't wait. Here, can we talk to Shinfu? Oh, is it done?
Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah, I believe it's called. I think the
Yo, JJ. Nah, I got It's been a minute, man. I got Sphere Hunter streaming in the background, and she's playing No More Heroes 3, a game I've never really like paid any attention to. I think I've seen like maybe one of the sequels in the past or prequels to this game, I guess. I guess that's what you would call it. And cuz there's like this lightsaber sword that I recognize from from years ago. But yeah, I got that going on. Pretty dope game.
Later, loser.
I'm enjoying her stream. How you doing, man?
Guys, me and Fidel, aka Gamescape from the chat, we were speaking last night.
Yeah, the game started off like super anime, and I was kind of like just sitting back and watching in the beginning before I started the stream, and then the game like actually started where she's like playing and stuff, and then I was like, oh okay, now I can go and start streaming.
Now you go play Glowczewski.
But yeah, it's like
Play Glowczewski.
it's kind of like I mean it's a little hard to explain exactly how it is, but right now because it's so open world, it kind of looks like a Grand Theft Auto type of game, but there's also like boss battles and boss fights. Almost like it's a like a Devil May Cry or Bayonetta type of game. And then
Check out everything here.
yeah, it's all sorts of craziness.
Before we fight the boss, we have to mow the lawn. Yeah, let's do that. Did the patch restart you open it? I don't think the patch came out yet. Or did it? Guys, did the patch for this game come out? It was supposed to come out today. That would be hilarious if it's available right now, and I'm just sitting here showing you guys the freaking unpatched, like, reviewer copy version of this game. One sec, hold on. One sec, let me check. Hold on.
Chilling as usual. That's what's up, man. It's been so long. I think the last time we spoke, you were job hunting, man. How's the job hunt going? I hope you found something by now.
Play Cash Republic.
I don't know how things are going where you're at, as far as like the whole pandemic thing and how crazy the world can be sometimes. But I'd be thinking about that stuff, man.
What is my chat room? Video game developer?
I was like, man, I hope he's doing well, especially when I don't see someone for a while.
This is where all the cool kids hang out. Hold on, let me check.
I start to get concerned, man. It's funny.
I have to make a
Still going on. Gave an interview.
in the chat.
Waiting on the results. I hear you, man. I've gotten turned down by, I got a night job now, and it's so much fun. Let me tell you. And
Quality development here.
but I'm still like applying and looking for things, and I just keep getting those emails. Oh yeah, thank you for thanks for your time, thanks for spending time applying, but
Everything's good now. I feel like
sorry, we're not gonna hire you. And it's like, oh jeez, like
you're always welcome here.
so that's
This is the
I
cyber
feel you, man.
stream. I got the source books, okay?
And took a hiatus, mental breakdown, yeah. Well, that's good, you know. Kind of tune back, get back to zero, and kind of get your shit in order type stuff.
Any tips for combating burnout?
That's good.
I think everyone, it's different for everyone, right? For me, I think I just like literally have to not do anything video game related. You know,
But
for a
I'm guessing since you're here, you know must be doing better. So that's cool.
Making sure that you do a lot of different things with your time is extremely important to avoiding your inspiration is dude,
You know, since you know the last couple of months, I don't want to say you haven't missed much, but I've been spending time working on this one character. I spent about 2 months on one character, and I'm about halfway done with all the concept work for this guy. Cause you know he's the first big character that I'm working on within my story. He's the first one that I've gotten to, you know, with the order of things that I'm going about working on on these things. And he so you haven't missed much, you know, as far as like my streams and everything like that within the last couple of months. So I just spent a lot of time with this one character, and I'm taking a break from him right now because I kind of hit a spot where it was like, oh, okay, I can take a break for now and focus on something else. And I wanted to work on some weapons props. So that's what I'm doing. It's kind of like I'm doing a study right now because you know I'm good at characters, but I suck at props. So I want to do some studies on weapons and things, so that way
I don't think many people
I can
interested in that near the releases of the book. So
you know make up my own weapons and have an easier time with it since you know after I do this sort of study, and I'm already getting ideas. So that's cool. It's cool.
and also take unless
Is the ice monster? Oh shit. Yeah, so I was doing those handmade tools, and I may revisit those. Maybe not yet. I'm sure I have more like melee weapon, uh, melee weapon characters. So when I get to them, maybe that's when I'll revisit the melee weapons. But at the moment, I'm actually working on firearms, and I'm studying Metal Gear 5. The art book, they have a whole plethora of weapons, from handguns to shotguns to rifles to assault rifles to sniper rifles, and you know, grenade launchers and bazookas, rocket launchers, everything like that. And they have like these really nice rendered shots. And I knew one day, and you know, I got the book years ago, and I knew one day I was actually gonna have to break those down because I don't know anything about them. And I have this art book, and I look at everything else, like the characters and shit like that, and all that stuff comes to me naturally. But I was like, all right, one day, whenever I start working on weapons, I'm gonna go to that book and I'm gonna study it, and here we are. It sucks, man. It sucks, but like at the moment, what I'm drawing at this very moment on this stream is like a 6 shooter, snub nose. Snub nose is what I'm working on at the moment. But what I'm doing with these firearms is I'm breaking them down by handle, and then with the chambers or the muzzles, you know, and I'm keeping them separate. So so that way I can kind of study how you can, you know, you could work different attachments on guns and things like that. So I just kind of really wanted to break it down so I can almost kind of understand the anatomy of a gun, if that makes sense. And I'm gonna do this kind of with all of them. And right now, all I've done so far is 3 different handguns, and I'm on the 4th one now. And the 4th one is like 6 shooters. So there's a bunch of different kinds of 6 shooters with, you know, kind of like Smith and Wessons that have like the long nose, and then some with like short snub noses. And the game gives you all the attachments like laser scopes and you know, little things that you could zoom in on and shit like that. And it's like, holy shit, it's like just a plethora of information.
Santa destroy.
Yeah, I'll probably be at this because it took me about 1 or 2 streams to get through one page, and now I'm on page 2. So let's see. If it's gonna take me maybe 2 or 3 streams per page, let's say, and I have 1 or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I got 14 pages of weapons to look at. So yeah, it is a lot of them. So I'll probably spend a month on it. I'm gonna guess maybe a month. The next month I'll probably be working on these sort of props. So I hope people don't hate my stream for it. And be like, oh man, you should be working on characters or something. Impeccable. I do my best. I do my best with the words, man. To you know, I try to harness a little bit of responsibility on these streams. I know you followed me a while back. You caught me early on. You know what I mean? You're one of my first ones. Um, but I got some more followers now, and some of them are like younger people, I should say. And I definitely feel a bit of a responsibility to not just kind of stream recklessly or speak recklessly, and not like I'm trying to be like Superman or anything like that. Just kind of be a little bit more careful with how I present myself out there. But yeah, man, it's exciting. It's exciting to see, man. It's good to see you. Man, not now that I actually put it in math and it's like, oh crap, I'm gonna be working on this stuff for for a month, and I'm already getting like tons of ideas. Just working on this as a just working on this for the last few days. Who knows, man? Who knows what kind of weapons I'll be designing once I get around to like making my own. There we go. All right, let's get to the last one. So this last one is basically the same exact design as the one I just drew, but the nose is actually cut even shorter. So this bottom point, it's like cut to here. So I'm not gonna like redraw everything. I'm just gonna focus on the main body and the relation to like the laser sight and the other gun or the scope. Yeah, so it's a little bit lower. Did I watch? Yeah, Yeah. Watch Mortal Kombat. I thought it was dope.
I love the movie. Okay,
Ah,
which one's this one? Oh yeah, this one.
man, I don't know if anybody wants to work like me, man. I hustle as hard as I can.
Alright guys.
Unfortunately, I wish I could spend more time streaming and working on this IP, you know. But but growing up when I was younger, well, I had to get a job right away. I started working when I was 15, but even before that, I was in hustle mode trying to make money.
We gotta think of a way to strike back. Just remember that Earth also counts as a planet in space.
So, I mean, it's almost sad, kind of when I think about it sometimes, because it's like, damn, I spent so much time uh, trying to find a life, trying to live, and having spent so much time, I must be doing it wrong if I'm not as successful as I would hope to be. Oh man, you didn't like it? You didn't like Mortal Kombat? I mean, it has its ups and downs. I'm not gonna say it's a bad movie. I enjoyed it, uh, but I liked it when I first watched it, and then I watched like a bunch of reviews and listened to a bunch of opinions, and I kind of agreed with people with the things that they didn't like, but I was still like, you know, like I liked the movie. Like, if it helps us get another Mortal Kombat movie by watching it and liking it and talking good about it, then it gives us an opportunity to get one that's actually good. But if a movie does bad, the people, the money makers, the producers and all that stuff, they're gonna be like, oh, the movie failed. We'll never make another one, and we never get another Mortal Kombat movie for 20 years like last time. I don't know how long it's been since Annihilation, but it's been a hot minute.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this out there. The red, throw up an N mark above your head, and throw up an S for blue. That'll make it simpler. Gamers like that kind of thing. I don't know if I can do exactly as you say, but I'll try my best. Nice. Now show me a good time.
Not holding the controller. Look out.
Here we go.
This last episode.
Yeah, yeah. I guess there wasn't much to the fight scenes. I kind of forget about it now. You know what I mean? It's been so long. I know that I didn't like the made up character. What was his name? Corey, something like that. I didn't like that he was like a scorpion ancestor. Like, there was potential for something like that to be cool, but it didn't. In the end, it didn't work out like that. So since it didn't work out, now my opinion on it was like, okay. Like I thought he was gonna be a new character entirely, not some like, oh, he's Scorpion, but he doesn't have Scorpion powers. He's just like another guy who has like his own sort of powers, but they're nothing like Scorpion. So why even make them related? Just didn't really make sense. So like I get all that, but like Kano, I thought he was hilarious. Uh, what's his name? The guy with the mask who was like Kano's friend. He's about to get his soul sucked. Like Like that shit is hilarious. That's like bringing the Mortal Kombat world to life. It's like, oh yeah, you got a fucking sorcerer going around sucking people's souls. How better to like explain it than to say like he's about to get his soul sucked. I love it when they scream. Like oh, it's so hilarious. So there's like little things that it's like cool, but then yeah, a lot of it is kind of garbage.
God damn, dude. I fucking wrecked that guy. I fucking annihilated that dude. Holy shit. That was awesome.
But yeah, like I wish Melina did more. Like you said, the fight scenes. Like it just doesn't make sense to me if you're a movie maker and you're going to make a movie and you're gonna make a fight movie. It's like choreography is so important, and hiring the right people in order to be able to perform that choreography is so important. You know, we've had plenty of like kung fu movies and Jackie Chan movies and movies from China with Chinese actors and things like that, like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and Hero, and things like that, where it's you can see that it's possible to create, you know, to do movies like that justice. So when it's not done and the action scenes are subpar, and you have, you know, you know, Kano after being like so cool in the movie just like kind of get taken out by Sonya, and not even in a like a real way that Sonya would take him out. It's like it's like you have a whole 20, 30 years of history of Sonya moves and specials that she does, and it's like you like do that shit. You know, you had Kano taking out Reptile's heart, but Reptile was weird and didn't have his own thing, and it's like, yo, the ninjas are Mortal Kombat's bread and butter. All the ninja characters, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Rain, Noob, Saibot, Smoke, Reptile, what's that, Ermac, like all those characters are so important to the world. Like personally, they're the only ones that I care about. I don't give a fuck about Johnny Cage. I like him. I don't give a fuck about him. I don't give a fuck about Sonya, Jax. Like they're cool, but I don't give a fuck about them. I give a fuck about the ninjas. You know, give me the motherfucking ninjas. And here they go bringing in Reptile, and then they do some just the old obvious thing, and they make him a lizard. He's not even a lizard in a gi or in clothing. You know what I mean? He didn't shoot one fireball or any acid, I don't think. Like, I can't remember, but. You know, so yeah, I got my own gripes, but one of the best things about that movie, when, one of the best things about that movie is that dinner scene when they're all having dinner and Kano's power comes where he, oh, that was the other thing, the Arcana. Oh, we gotta find our Arcana. We gotta train. Oh yeah, fire is my Arcana. First of all, like I hated that shit. Like I didn't like that it was like, oh, you have to find your power. It was like, no, these people should have already developed their power. Maybe it gets more in, you know, as the movie progresses, as the story progresses, maybe they their power kind of like evolves in within the movie. But like I didn't like that part where it was like the training montage portion of the movie and stuff like that. But that dinner scene where Kano does get his Arcana, like, is classic. That was probably one of the best Mortal Kombat scenes in cinema that that we'll ever get for a long time. If you can condense that movie and make just that scene, it's great. It's perfect. That's what the whole movie should have been.
And then the Star Wars.
Did she beat the game? There's no way.
Shinobu is my waifu. There's me. There's me. I'm a goddamn superhero.
Mark. Slash the word tomorrow.
I like the little button too.
Well, that's how it works. That's how Kano's power always was. He was always a one-eye laser shooter. Kano's like character was always one-eyed. He always had the half metal face with the red eye that would shoot the laser beams and then one regular eye. But yeah, that was stupid. Like I would prefer him to have all, to have that kind of in the tuck ready to go because his power is kind of technology based.
I think we got really good luck with the color stuff.
Mr. Black Knight directions.
Guys, guys, this is Leon. Hold on.
What? You doubt our power?
If I do this, does it pause the cutscene?
No, no.
Guys, Black Knight Direction is voiced by RE4 Leon. Paul Ness.
But I'll be honest, my favorite part of that movie is Liu Kang. Like I loved how the whole movie was kind of fun and ridiculous, and all the characters are pretty human. You know what I mean? Where they're like, oh, all this shit is kind of ridiculous. Like we have ninjas running around in these streets. Like this is fucking crazy, and wild, and everyone's like a human being. And then and kind of treating things like this is fucking crazy. We got ninjas, and uh then you meet Liu Kang, and Liu Kang's like this super Shaolin monk, and it's like, oh no, these motherfuckers exist in this world too, like, and then they make fun of him for it, like they make fun of him for being all like hokey pokey, and it's just like, it's like I love that shit. I love that they were able to make fun of Liu Kang, but he was still a badass about it. Like he was still like, no, I'm motherfucking Liu Kang. Like I'll fireball your ass.
Are you guys having fun doing the stream? He sounds more like Sapling. Yeah, he's older age.
But I like how real he played it. You know what I mean? Like I imagine, even in a better movie, I imagine that's how Liu Kang would be. Just ripped and shredded, sexy as fuck, and mad lame, and Shaolin monk about it all. You know what I mean? Like I don't look at Liu Kang and be like, oh yeah, he's a skateboarder and he's cool and he's hip. Like nah, he's super douchebag.
I'd say, visitor Q. Shit, I haven't seen that one. For real? Oh, you gotta see visitor Q. Let me borrow it. No, you're totally gonna keep it. I'll give it back. Come on, you know I will. Hell no, you always steal my shit after borrowing it. Okay, then check this out. I'll lend you the whole Kaoru Chan series. He is so badass. He is kind of badass. I think Hollywood passed
But yeah, I mean the other thing with that movie,
It's pretty sick. I like it.
yeah,
Handsome.
that guy shredded. The other thing about the movie is
Maybe I could get that.
like they don't give all the characters all their story. Like that's part of the reason why I created the story that I created is because I never see the story that that I want to see. And instead of being somebody who just like complains for the rest of my life about like, oh man, I wish they would have did this. Like I decided like, you know what, I can draw. I might as well, and you know, I have my animation degree, like I have everything for me to be able to make something. So that's why I started doing this was or you know, set out on this journey is to write all the stories I've ever wanted to write, all the stories I ever wanted to see. You know, Batman stories, Superman stories, the Marvel movies. You know, people always have like how things could have been better in these movies and things like that,
Hurry up.
or how certain characters have never gotten justice, or you know, and it was like, you know, I agree with that stuff. So it's like, oh, you know, I have ideas on how like certain things could be better. Instead of just like thinking about them, I've decided like I'm going to do the shit.
Maybe I might live here.
So that's what all this concept artwork is for. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just taking ideas that I've always, you know, from properties that I've always wanted to work on and work with those companies, and those companies don't hire me, so it's like, well, fuck it. Then I'm gonna redesign those characters. I'm gonna rename them, and then I'm gonna implement the stories that I want, thus changing all those characters and who they are. And that's the world that I've created. You know, even the last character that I've been working on for 2 months, I could tell you the original source material that I got him from. I mean, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna tell you my little secrets like that. Um,
Here we go again.
but straight up, that's how it is. You know, and I'm gonna be unapologetic about that at this point. You know, these companies they don't want to hire me. You know, I can't get a job with them, so I guess I ain't shit, and I'm just going to do it myself, and you know, let the world decide if the stories that I want to make, unencumbered by other people's opinions or having a producer tell me, oh, you can't tell that story. You can't do Batman like that. You can't do the Hulk like that. Like you can't do that to these characters. It's like, well, I could do them to my characters. So
I hate this emotion called kind
and that's the point. Like I have all these ideas with like, you know, like my opinions on Mortal Kombat, for instance, and it's like, yeah, if and when I have an opportunity to try to retell one of their stories better, I would do that. But I don't think about the Mortal Kombat series like that. I don't really care for their stories and all that. I don't really know them. I'm more of a Capcom guy, so I kind of like, you know, I'm more aware of like Capcom characters and their storylines. If we're, you know, since we're talking fighting video games and stuff like that.
Okay, let's go. Let's see, is there anything else here? I think there are some new defense missions. But I'm gonna bring us over to the next area of the game, which is Thunderdome, which is a big ass desert. Let's do it. Can I pass? No, I have to go there. I have to drive there first.
So that's what I do, man. You know, something I wanted to do is talk about like Suicide Squad, not the most recent movie that came out, but the one that came out a few years ago. Talk about that and talk about what I think the story should have been and actually what I think the story is. Because after I put the ideas together, like all the pieces were there. It was just like, you know, the director talks about how the editing, like they completely re-edited the movie until it wasn't his movie anymore. So it was like, okay, well, he had all these pieces. What could he have been trying to tell since what they ended up with didn't make any sense? I'm guessing he had to have told a story that made sense. So then I thought about it, and I thought about what would be cool. And I have this idea for what that original Suicide Squad movie would have been, should have been. And I've been wanting to talk about that on the stream just because, you know, I'm never going to really make like a big video about it or anything like that. So, but I got to focus on, I have to like actually like plan it out and be prepared to talk about it. I don't think I could just talk about it willy-nilly. Especially like right now when I'm kind of approaching the end of the stream. You know, I got another page down. So after finishing up this page, and that's going to be the end of this stream, and I'm going to be back again later on tonight, and you know, start streaming. What do I have next? I could do this handgun, and then I have submachine guns next, and start breaking those down. And you know, they have the different shapes, different handles, different muzzles, and different equipment. And yeah, that it'll just be another series of designs that, you know, I can learn something from, hopefully. Yeah, the new Suicide Squad was super dope. I love that fucking movie. The first one, with the ideas of how I think it should have went, and then how I think like maybe that's how they actually set it up, but they fucked it up in editing. Yeah, I'll talk about it sometime because after it kind of came to the conclusion, I was like, oh, you know what? That's probably what ended up happening, and what should have happened, and they just didn't do it that way. You know, because Warner Brothers was fucking up with, you know, Batman and the Batman vs Superman, and you know the way that Wonder Woman performed. Like how, I don't even know if Wonder Woman came out before that. It probably came out afterwards. But like, you know, Warner Brothers was fucking up at some point. But either way, that's going to be the end of this one. I just wanted to kind of capture how short this snub nose was compared to this one. See how this one, the scope ends here and the muzzle ends a little bit further, but the laser sight's still way out there. Same thing. This muzzle ends shorter than the scope, so it's even like a lot more shorter, but everything else is identical, so I didn't want to like really re-render it all out. And then everything else I worked on was just like the longer barrels. One gun that's like pretty bare and stripped down. This one has like gadgets on it and a slightly fatter chamber. And yeah, man, got some of the barrels and then the handle. It was the same handle on every single one of these guns. So yeah, man. When next stream, start a new page, start another another firearm, and that's gonna be it. I'm G Mr. Drew at G Mr. Drew on all socials. Follow, like, and subscribe. GMrDrew.art, my website. Check it out. Contact me through there if you're interested in getting any work from that like that from me. You can find me on Fiverr. May want to consider joining my Patreon. It's actually cheaper on my Patreon. And yeah, you can watch all these there and all that other stuff. But either way, I'm G Mr. Drew. Thank everybody for watching. Thanks for stopping by, JJ, man. That was it was nice talking to you. I'll be back later on, so I don't know, maybe I'll see you in a bit. And yeah, we could talk some more, chop it up about movies some more. But yeah, man. Love y'all. Peace.